Hello, sister friends. How is everybody? Good to see you. Good to see you. I am very excited to be here today. Good episode. Good episode. Finances. It's the way to my heart. Yes. Talking finances. All right. So the new little intro, which may demonetize this entire video stream tonight. We'll see. They'll tell me in a few days. Is in honor of some Sonny and Cher towels that somebody got off of eBay and sent me. Boom, 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 boom. Down, down, down. So I was going to work them into a host super chat thing with that. I'm not sure it's going to work out. I might just have to sing the chorus. Sorry. No better way to get people not to send a super chat. But they're amazing, aren't they? They're amazing. And I have to tell you, everybody who was here Sunday night, remember I kept saying, I don't know what Chubbs is playing with, but he kept playing with something under this desk and I couldn't tell what it was. It was just dark and there's like a dark, well, there's a light colored rug, but there's a dark carpet under this light colored rug. And so I could not see what it was. Sunny shoe. I went to find it and I can't find it. It's blending in. I'm going to have to move everything, which means I'll just end up vacuuming the whole area. It's going to turn into a whole cleaning thing. I got you, babe. Woo! They're amazing. Okay. Let me say hello to some peoples and then we'll get started because there's a lot to talk about. I mean, the show did not disappoint this week. In fact, I do believe, I will try. I will do my best after this stream to finish editing segment 1 of my review so that I can get it out. It's like 45 minutes long, but it really only covers the first segment before the first set of commercials because that was so packed with good stuff. Yeah, I'll try to do that and then get it out tomorrow. That means 2 videos are coming out tomorrow, which isn't ideal, but we'll see. We'll see how it all works out. And then I think I'm going to do a separate one on just, I had been recently looking into, just because I stumbled upon it when I was looking for other stuff. And then I kind of went down a rabbit hole and I started saving more clips. I already had some, but it was the, my sister wife's closet stuff. And since she brought it up in this episode, even though it was a very, very short segment in this episode, I thought, you know what, I'm going to take that out of this episode. I'm going to put it with the stuff I already have. And I'm going to do a full, let's just talk about my sister wife's closet, i.e. Robyn's involvement in my sister wife's closet. So not really the whole history of my sister wife's closet as much as what Robyn thinks of herself in relation to my sister wife's closet. And now's the best time to talk about it, especially with that phenomenal clip, which we'll talk about. Best edit in, I was going to say in sister wife's history. I'm sure there was a better one, but it was a really good one. Really good edit. Okay. Okay, let me say hi to some people. Let me also get my banner going. Here we go. Keep the lights on level, people. Woo, woo. Thank you for contributing. To keep the lights on level for people who are new, for subscribing members, it's my level of, hey, I like your channel. I just want to support you and keep you going. Since a cup of coffee is like $8, I figured for $2.99 a month, it could be considered the keep the lights on level because it's like a third of a cup of coffee. So this is my train of thought with the name of the title, but you know, all together, it all adds up. It does. So I appreciate every single one of you. And thus, one of the benefits of that level, in addition to the little numbers and things next to your names and the additional icons that I make, you'll have your name down below here. All right. Let me get to comments. Okay. I'm just going to say hi to the first few people, and then I'll do some shout outs. We have Lisa in the house from the UK. Howdy, Lisa. I don't know why I did a southern accent there. Lynn Skinner, hello. Thank you for being here. Thinking of you, Lynn Skinner. I know it's going to be a tough week. Danny's in the house. Scarlett's in the house. Hey, Jennifer. Kathy, who is like number 12. Good to see you, Kathy. Okay. I know Scarlett and Kathy, there is no way you could have loved this episode. Who could? I mean, and then on the same token, as a content creator, I loved it. Elizabeth Murphy, hello. Thank you for hitting the like button. 14th one to do so. Buffy Coase, hello. Or Buffy for short. Looks like Scarlett's already calling you Buffy. Okay, Buffy it is. Welcome, Buffy. Glad to have you here. Oh, so much chatting going on. Boy, we have a lot of comments in here. Joni's here. Hi, Joni. Good to see ya. Once I get out of the initial, oh my goodness. I love it, just seeing how much you guys talk to each other. It just warms my heart. It's kind of like listening to your kids when you go to sleep at night and they're like down in the living room, staying up, just chatting and laughing and talking with each other. I get that same warm, fuzzy feeling when I see the sister friends all just chit-chatting away, having conversations. Kitty, hello. Eating supper. What you having, Kitty? Okay. In a little bit, partway through this episode, I will also read out loud all of the big supporter level of my channel and the exclusive SOS supporter level, because that's part of their levels. Hello, Carla. Hello, Trish. Hello, Jennifer. And I see Beverly. I see Nadine. Mama Squirrel's in the house. Hi, Mama Squirrel. Hi, Marie. Good to see you. Tina, good to see you. Indie Girl's here. Hi, Indie Girl. Okay. I'm going to stop these now. Hello, Susan. Number 23, hitting the like button. Thank you. Knit My Bits here. Hi, number 32, hitting the like button. Living an eclectic life. Hi, good to see you. Snowbound. My husband is just having the time of his life. Can I tell you? He's a school teacher, high school English teacher. No, he's now in the middle school. He was middle school, then he was high school. Now he's middle school. Middle school English teacher. He had yesterday off. He has tomorrow off because of the wind chills. Whenever the wind chills are more than double digits below 0, that's when they close the schools, because we have partial buses and partial walkers. More buses now that they consolidated. Anyway, doesn't matter. So he had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. And I've been working 16-hour days the whole time because I work 3 jobs that don't take time off. My kids are going to school tomorrow because they all do it online, online school. So barring an electric grid shutdown, I'm still working. That's okay. Makes me happy when I do this job, though. Like, I would give everything else up if I could just do this full time. I would. In a heartbeat. Kath Cat, good to see ya. Black Swan Gothica's here. Hey there. Welcome back. Michelle, my belle. I'm sure everyone says that. I'm sorry. Patricia, hi. Peach, hello. All right. Dark Square, Beverly Minor. Okay. All right. I can't keep saying hi to everybody because we would sit here all day and do it. Okay. So good to see everybody. So much to talk about. Oh my goodness. Oh, Sherry. Sherry gifted 5 Senior Perspective memberships. Thank you very much, Sherry. I got to figure out how to do a special. Guess what I'll do for you? I will sing a Sonny and Cher song. Although I probably will do it without the background, just in case. Sonny's drawers like to come down too, by the way. A little promiscuous kind of guy here. Maybe that's why Cody liked him so much. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. These britches like to come down, as my grandmother would say. Okay. Sonny, pull it together, buddy. Which one do you think Cody liked more? Which one devastated him? Because it could go either way. It could really go either way. It really could. All right, Sherry, here you go. I don't remember who starts. I think Sonny does. They say we're young and we don't know. We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if that's all true, 'cause you've got me and I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe. I've got you, babe. Whee! All right. Fun times. All right. Oh, you're swaying, Lynn. Yay. We'll have to come up with like choreography. We'll have sister friend choreography to go along with the song. Like motions that we'll all do together and everyone can do it when they sing. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so much fun. Oh, it's the little things in life. Okay. Very good. Very good. Good to see you, Rogue. Hello. Buffy. This is the best. Oh, you were accompanying? Oh, fantastic, Mary. Yes. Little harmony in there. Dance club. Great idea. Okay. I'll put my daughters on it. They used to do cheer and dance. Come up with some choreography for us. Upper body only. Okay. It looks a little bit more like Burt Reynolds, Tracy. Oh, you know what? He does kind of look like Burt Reynolds in there, doesn't he? Yeah, Burt back when he had the big bushy, kind of trimmed it down over the years. Oh, bring out the cow, of course. Somebody mentioned this week. Who was it? Was it you, Lynn? Somebody in one of the comments on one of the videos said that instead of the cow, it should be Eeyore. I'm like, totally. I've used Eeyore twice in videos alongside Robyn's picture or juxtaposed with her or whatever. I mean, she is Eeyore through and through, but I don't have an Eeyore plushie. Oh, I think it was Rhonda actually who said it. Rhonda, wait, let me read you what Rhonda said. Rhonda always sends an email with like her recap opinions on what went down on the show. And I just hate this. The only downside with switching computers is that my Mac computer, desktop computer, used to always all the icons on the front would be they would mirror my laptop one. Now it decides to organize them for me. And I'm like, no, I know exactly where they are. So like here are the ones that you used in the past 7 days. And I'm like, no. Okay, wait. Okay, I think I can find it here. Of course, I won't know. What did Rhonda say? Look at me, totally unprepared. Okay, so she's like, here's my thoughts on the last episode. And then I get all her thoughts, which are thought-provoking. She's a smart lady. Thought-provoking. And sometimes I get a giggle out of it. And here at the very end of the email, she wrote, Robyn wore a new top this week. And it's a similar pattern to a skirt that I own. And I am 70. Find a new store, Robyn. You're still young. That's all. See you next week. Oh, I had a laugh. I had to throw it in with my funny comment section. I don't know why it made me laugh out loud. Okay, flash mob. Good idea. Dead cat. Yes. Yes, the sunny. That's absolutely right. Okay. Is this mosh pit eligible? In Cody's world. Well, I don't know. We should run it by Cody because he invented the mosh pit according to him. Oh, Seashell, you don't even want to know. You might want to just turn around right now. No, don't stay. We're going to start a whole flash mob. We're coming up with choreography. It's a whole thing. A nod to Sonny and Cher, who Cody loves so much that at the age of 6, he cried when they got divorced. Some things you just have to say, okay. Don't know what else to say. All right. Good morning, Andrea. Where are you coming from that it is morning for you? I've forgotten where you live. All right. Of course, we won't give it. Can you tell? Does it look like the cow has it? I forgot to get my Sharpie marker that still has ink. Does it look like it's frowning now a little bit? I'll make it darker. It looked too happy, somebody said, so I took a pen and gave it a frown. All right. Peach said that Cody didn't invent the mosh pit. She did. Right on, Peach. That's right. Rhonda! Shout out, Rhonda. Don't insult Eeyore like that. My neighbors are going to think I'm crazy. Singing, I got you, babe. Oh, that's my fault. I know. Well, I know. I feel like it's old enough, but technically it still falls under the copyright thing. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if they write me in a couple days, if I can get by with that intro. And if I can get by with that intro for a while, then I should be able to play that same music throughout it as well. And we can just sing along as opposed to just listening to me sing. Okay. So much to talk about. Let me pull up my notes. Where do we even begin? Oh, before we begin, I just want to point out again, came across our desks again as content creators. For those who are not getting notifications when lives go on or when something gets posted, you've hit the bell to get notified when there's a live or to get notified when I've posted a new video and you're not getting notified. It says here, subscribers need to turn on all notifications. This is all it says. There's no background information here, whether this is laptop or phone, or I keep thinking it has to do with the phone and all notifications on the phone. I'm not sure. Literally, this is all I have. Subscriber, bell, notifications, percent of total subscribers. Subscribers who turned on, quote, all notifications for your channel are 17% of them. Typically, it's between 10 and 30%. So we fall within what's typical. We're typical. How about that? But there is an all notification. This isn't what I actually meant to read now that I'm reading it. Subscribers who turned on all notifications for your channel and enabled YouTube notifications. Okay, that's it. 12%. So there are 5% of you who have turned on notifications, all notifications, but you didn't enable YouTube notifications. They're different. To be honest, until it's in front of me and I'm actually doing it, I don't even know. I don't even know. Do I get notifications? I think I do for some things. I feel like I don't for others, though. How could that be that I would for some channels and not others? Huh. Riddle me that. Anywho, at some point I'll look into it, but I just wanted to pass that along to you because I know often I'll get people that say, oh, shoot, I missed the live. I didn't get notified. I'm so frustrated. It's not working. Apparently, you have to have all notifications on for the channel and enable new YouTube notifications as well. All right. Moving on. Oh, and then I was going to delete these two. These were from a long time ago. These were Snapchats or super chats or super thanks or super stickers that were sent out that may not have gotten a shout out from me or a message back from me, because it took a while of me going back and forth with YouTube. And then they eventually said, no, we just don't offer that feature. But then I just recently kind of found a way around it. So I don't know if the guy I was talking, it seemed like the kid I was talking to may have been like new. It may have been his first week of work. Anyway, so let me just shout out a few names of people who sent super chats, super stickers, and that in the past that I have screenshotted here from my back office. And then I can delete these as well. I'm going to delete that subscriber bell notification too, so I don't get confused. Cut. Okay. We have, I don't know how long ago these are. These could be, I don't know. Brittany, not Brittany, $4.99. Thank you very much. Oh, there's a comment next to it too. It's so tiny. It could be worse. He could have co-opted Scottish traditions, and then we'd have to see his pasty knees in a kilt every week. We must have been talking about the wedding. Thank you, Brittany, not Brittany. Okay, Tracy from Tracy's Fractured History and More sent $1.99 chat. Karen Joseph, thank you, Tracy. Karen Joseph sent a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Karen. Elizabeth Murphy sent a $9.99 super sticker. Thank you, Elizabeth. Lynn has a $4.99 super chat. Thank you. Sunrise Sunset has a super chat for $9.99 that says, I do adore Janelle, but her actions were ignorant. I'm trying to think how long ago this was. This looks like it was from when we had a stream back in November. So like 2 months ago. I do adore Janelle, but her actions were ignorant. She gave Christine advice on leaving Cody. She saw what Cody was capable of doing to Mary and Christine, and Janelle felt special. He would never do that to her. He would, and he did. It's true. He would, and he did to all three of them. Okay, Tracy's Fractured History and More. Oh, let me hit delete cuts. Sent a $1.99 super sticker. Thank you very much. Jennifer Cummins sent a $2 Canadian super chat. Says, what's up with the Sonny and Cher comment? Oh, and that was from a while. That was from October. So that's when he first talked about it, was in October. Isn't that funny? How appropriate. Nod back, Jennifer. Black Eyed Sue said Cody went to hug Mary in the doorway and was denied. $1.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Black Eyed Sue. Kathy sent a $1 super chat. Thank you, Kathy Mosley. Raiders Ma sent a super chat for $4.99. Said, can we talk about the misuse of therapist terms like safe and triggered? Feel like, sorry, it's very tiny. These, that's a bunch of Robyn's self-help delusions. Yeah, I think he's learned all those words from Robyn because he hates therapy. I don't think he picks up anything in it, but I think that if she makes him go with her, or if she makes him read a book, or if she uses her therapy jargon around him, he then gravitates and picks it up and then tries to use it as a weapon right back at you, which is a characteristic of a narcissist that I learned from somebody on the channel. Thank you, sister friends. And Passing for Normal, I have a $2 one. This was October as well. Super chat saying, how about Cody on Dancing with the Stars? I would not be surprised if he goes on Dancing with the Stars. But I don't think he'd do it until the show's over. They usually don't put people on until the show is over. I mean, they don't put anyone in the height of anything really on the show, but they put it at the height of getting off, like The Bachelor that was just on the show, The Bachelor, that kind of thing. Okay. Somebody who just got voted off the island, that type of thing. Okay. All right. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Now, topics. Where to begin? Do y'all love the man voice that Cody used when he met the realtor out on the property? He gets that pumped up stance, and he uses almost a deeper voice. He gets a little bit more frantic when he's talking too, and he's looking around more. You see more bouncing of the hair and the curls because he's looking this way and he's looking that way, and I can't even be as frenetic as he is. It's just hard for me to even imitate it. But that frenetic energy when he is trying to impress is at an all-time high. And that's what it was. And it's I've recognized that in other people before. And now seeing it in him, it's sort of oh, yeah. I see you, Cody. I see you. He thinks he's really cool. That's the ironic part about it is he thinks he's using his big man voice and he's using his big man words and he's, sharing stuff and talking about those silly women, Can't live with them, can't live without them. Am I right? Yeah, am I right? Yeah, tap it up. So he has that kind of energy and he just looks a fool. He looks ridiculous the whole time because he's not the man. So it's a mismatch. And it really bothers me when he does that. He appears to think he's a really good businessman, but we've seen bad contract after bad contract after bad contract. Now, some of that might not be him just being a bad businessman, but simply the fact that they have no money. So they have to enter into bad contracts because you're going to get taken if you don't have you can't put 20% down on your house, you're going to be paying PMI. If you can only put 3% down on the house, then the interest rate you're going to get is very different than if you put the 20% down on your house. It's all a game like that. I just think they never had money. They never had money to put into anything, even when they bought Coyote Pass, which made no sense. Quite frankly, they should have said, we are going to move in a year. So we're going to put all our houses on the market right now. And as they sell, we have this other Airbnb or something all set up over here, and we're all just going to go in it. And yeah, it's going to be the family all together again, and it's going to be crazy. But now you kids get one more year in your school to say your goodbyes, to do what you always wanted to do, join whatever team, try out for whatnot, just so you know, we're going to be moving. So that they had 1 year to process and transition to the next location rather than it being dropped on them like the bomb that it was. And then put them wherever. I don't know where you're going to put them, but it would have made logical sense. And then you bank all that money, or also paying for whatever this large residence is that you're all going to get together. And then you just kind of sell it as we're going to do this together as a family. It's not going to be that long. It's going to take a while for the houses to sell anyway. And we'll just all start to get in there together. It'll be a few months. It won't be more than 11 because you got to take at least a month to sell a house. And then once we have all that money, then we can put it down on Coyote Pass. And we don't have to sign a stupid loan payment that has a big balloon payment at the end. We can do a normal loan with a bank at a much lower interest rate. I'd love to see the interest rate also that they were paying on that. I mean, the guy who financed it himself, he can make the terms anything he wanted. Why would you finance with the owner? The bank can't do it for you. I mean, because it's a risky endeavor, right? You're at the mercy of that owner in the end. he doesn't want to give it to you, now you have to go to court. You have to hire a lawyer to show the documentation. I mean, it's just, anyway, he makes one bad decision after another. Well, he is setting himself up for a major bad decision again in this situation by spewing out his life story to this man at Coyote Pass. Comical. The whole time, the man just kept going, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I mean, maybe he had 2 lines where he said something like, "That's interesting," or something. I don't even recall. It seemed like the entire time all he said was, "Uh-huh, uh-huh." And in the back of his head, he's got to be thinking like, when is this over? He doesn't shut up. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. He should have had that SOS call on his phone where it's like, oh, it's a home office. Somebody stopped in. Oh, shoot. They need to push up the moving day. Oh, God, we have to handle that this weekend. I have to get back. That's what I would have done if I was him. The number of times that Cody kept talking about things completely unrelated. I understand that he's going to mention that he owns the property with these 2 other wives because this man is going to be selling it and there's different names on it. And, so explaining that situation, fine, I get it. But in terms of after it's all paid off, how he's going to pay it off and who's going to get what percentage of money and all that, realtor doesn't care at all. So all he's thinking of is this guy is a half a bubble off. He's a half a bubble off. And I think that I can swindle him. Now, unfortunately, he's not selling him anything, but he's probably also thinking, what can I sell you? If I got the best piece of real estate lined up for you, Mr. Cody Brown. But as I put on my video, he could probably put a contract in front of him that said, yeah, fantastic. I know I could sell this for you. And here's the contract, sign it. Cody probably wouldn't even look at it. He could write down he has an 11% commission rate. And Cody would turn over 11% to that man. It would not surprise me. And I love the way the man, especially couple that with the fact that this is how the man described him when he first met him coming into the office. Walking at this very rapid pace and having this frizzy hair and walking like he imitated him almost like an ape. Which is so Cody. I mean, Robyn kind of walks that way too. She's like, actually, her arms are usually closer to her side. She sort of walks like she doesn't have arms, sort of like a weeble that wobbles but won't fall down. Sort of Robyn. She's a weeble. Robyn the weeble. What if I have any weebles left at my mother's house? My mom got rid of all my good toys. She kept them forever. I mean, I was in college and she still had all our toys, and then she just got rid of them. Why'd you hold them that long and then get rid of them? Oh, I could use a weeble would be really good right about now. Anyway, Robyn the weeble kind of like walks like that with her hands to the side. She's like, hi. So we got the weeble, and then he has his arms out, sort of like very ape-like, very caveman-y. Really kind of describes Cody. And he doesn't say that he has this big frizzy or big curly hair or anything. He says frizzy. That was my favorite because it's straight up insult. Cody's not going to like it that he said he had frizzy hair. Not at all. Okay. Let me take a look here. Oh, we have a new member. G Kitty 52. Whoop, whoop. Welcome, G Kitty. Glad to have you here. I hit the little star. Let me take a look and see if I hit it through the live stream, if it looks any different. Oh, that doesn't work. Okay, let me try to pop out the chat and see if it works. Okay, let's try this. Shows up there. Does it show up on the screen? No. I'll look into that because this is the way this back office pop-out chat is what I used in OBS. Although I prefer to use it right here. It's just that I can't, when I hit the star, it didn't star. Okay. The crow said, I'm so glad the wedding's over. I am too. But I have to say, I do believe that TLC was punking us on purpose. I really do. I really believe they were punking us because they said, let me see, what was it? Right at the beginning, I had, Christine, the beginning of her segment, she recaps all the steps that she and David took in the past year. I'm like, are you kidding me? You got to be joking right about now. Because every episode, she's like, it's been this many weeks since we've done this, and this many weeks since we've done this, and this many weeks, and we still have to do this, and we have to do this, and we have to do this, and I'm getting married again and again and again. I don't know. I'd have to go analyze, and I have the brain width to withstand listening to all that, and I just don't have the minutes in the day to do it, quite frankly. I'd say hours, but I don't even have the minutes free in my day to fit it in to look and see that. But I wonder if they duplicated some of them, if some of those were repeats, just for the sake of, like, they kind of done Christine dirty. If not, then it is what it is, right? We're annoyed by it. So it's all over. We're all excited. We're moving on. I'm like, new content, no more wedding. Everything's going to be brand new. I'm so excited. And we see her in the talking head. So in the past year, I left Cody, and then I met David, and then I was like, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? I didn't comment on it on my video at all. So I had to bring it up here. I wrote it down in my notes to bring it up here because I'm like, did that strike anybody else? It struck me and made my eyes go really wide when I was on my rewatch doing it. Originally, it just went right by. Could be I was streaming and we have the chat going and I'm taking notes. And so lots of things are happening, multitasking, which we women do well. But the second time when I was going through and getting ready for my video and doing the recording, and then I saw it, I'm like, whoa, what's up? What is this? Wait, did somebody sneak this in? Somebody's messing with me right now. So yeah. Oh, we'll see if they do it anymore. It'll be interesting. Okay. Sam Stewart. Yes, Robyn has a very unilateral sense of what she likes in tops, blouses, I should say. Floral blouses. Although this last episode, largest print yet. I mean, and separating them. Very interesting. Not great, but it was very interesting. It didn't really follow the same kind of pattern that we've been seeing. Yes. Peach. I didn't cry, but I remember when Cher got married again and Sonny acted weird on the show as a joke, but it worried me. Why do I feel like I may have remembered that too? Because I watched that show faithfully as well. Again, didn't cry either because they're just people on TV. I think I may remember that as well. Okay. Hi, Passing for Normal. Good to see you. Welcome. Okay. I'm almost last. Oh, I'm way behind. Oh, goodness. You can't see them? What couldn't you see? What did I have? Was it the Oh, when I was clicking on those things in the back office. Yeah. Well, that stinks. Let me do this. Well, we had G Kitty, who became a new member, and then actually we have another one here. Oh, we have Kitty 1838 has today be a member for 1 month. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. Okay. When you send a super chat too, I have a new setting that I set up that there should be a star next to your name that shows up. Again, I'm looking at it through the StreamYard platform, so I don't get to see all the cute emojis. Unfortunately, I did write them about it, but I think it just doesn't have the capability yet, but they're working on it is my understanding, but I'm not 100% sure. Still have a couple questions. So some things I can't see here that you can see on the live stream. So, but there should be a star there. Mama Squirrel, Cody was wearing black saggies in the pond. I mean, do we not all know what skinny dipping is? Cody really thinks going in your underwear into a pond is skinny dipping? It's not. Unless I'm wrong. We do a peek behind the curtain. I'll look it up. Wish I remember the music that goes along with it. Nude swimming is the definition. Other one, swimming naked. Yes. All right, let me be more specific. Is it skinny dipping if you wear your underwear? No. AI knows you right away. If you are wearing your underwear while swimming, it is not considered skinny dipping. Very good. Okay. Not just me. Cody, you were not skinny dipping. And quite frankly, you don't want to be skinny dipping because did you see the guy kind of start to laugh uncomfortably at that moment? I've been skinny dipping 3 times in my life, and the last one was here in the pond with my family. Ew. Ew. No, Cody, no. You weren't, and you shouldn't say that. Please. Lordy. It's so funny how all the kids went running in there too. And did you see Cody walking in? He's like almost on his tippy toes, going really slow. Thinks he's all that. He's not all that. Of course, he had to have about 10 kids go in first, make sure it's all okay, see how deep it was, make sure everyone made it out all right. Yeah, okay, I'll go in too. Seashell, Cody had Dancing with the Stars. I would vomit too. I would not, but I might vote so that I could vote for somebody else. And I would vote for whoever else would be as bad a dancer as he is, so to make sure that like somebody else that's low in the ranking so that they would get a lot of votes and just go ahead of him. I'd have a strategy behind it. Okay. Like number 114. Thank you, JL. Okay. It was a skivvy dipping. There you go, Sam. It was called skivvy dipping, not skinny dipping. Oh, goodness. All right. There's so much to read here. I can't keep up on all of it. The only downside of doing a live stream by yourself is that you can't do both. All right, I'm going to look at my next bullet point because we have so much to get through. So much to get through. It's fun to just scroll and see them all like go by, and then you start reading the comments, completely no reference. And sometimes they're quite funny. And sometimes I'm like, I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Oh my gosh, I'm way behind. People are talking about Weebles. That was so long ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just scroll ahead. Kathy, nobody wants to see Cody smuggle grapes in his mankini. It's true. Like, ew, 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 no, ew, 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 no, thank you, no. Hi, Stark. Look at that. She caught alive, and I even called her out right at the beginning. Tracy. Cody is one sandwich shy of a picnic, as always. That's funny. I've never heard that one before. Hysterical. Okay. Oh, like number 146. Wow. Thank you. Hi, Mom. It's me. Okay. Let me get back to some of my notes here. So much. Such a good episode. Oh, so good and so bad all at the same time. And, you know, I always say that. And by good, you know, I mean, it was horrible, but it wasn't boring. That's what I mean by good. It wasn't boring. I will take, this makes me really angry, and now I have to turn this episode into a 3-video, take up my entire week response over, this was like watching paint dry. Okay. All right. So lots of good stuff going on. Before I even go on any further, let me absolutely acknowledge the sweetness of the episode, which was actually both Christine and Mary on separate occasions. First of all, when they streamed each other on Zoom or whatever it was, FaceTime, and they were talking with each other. I'm just that Christine, she looked like a goddess. Loved the big long ponytail or braid in the back. Gorgeous. Cute little home she had there too. Love that. Did they buy that house? Is that their house? I think it is. Very nice. And I love seeing her with David. I mean, David is seeming much more comfortable and normal to me now, like especially in this episode, like ever since the wedding. Like I think it took him a year. He doesn't have that really stiff, uncomfortable feeling about him. And he's always been nice, but he seemed very stiff. And he doesn't anymore. So I like that. So I think we're seeing the real David. Will the real David step forward? Which I love for him, because I love David for her anyway, because he's everything she needed in life. A man who's going to have her back and support her, who owns a business, runs a business, makes money, but is a giving soul and puts other people first. Like, I mean, everything Cody's not is what he was. And that's fantastic for Christine. I'm so happy for her. So love that. And then I loved just how happy just how happy Janelle was when she was sharing the news with Christine. It was like she was calling up her best friend to just share the best news of her life. She was just giddy and excited and had the biggest smile, and it was just delightful. It was so sweet. Which then brings me to money, because at that point, they hadn't sold Coyote Pass yet. So she didn't need the money from Coyote Pass to move on. So I understand when she said, I have nothing. Here I am, like a fool, a woman in my 50s, shout out to 2 years ago Christmas. I've got nothing. And if I leave, I've been a fool. I've just given all my money away, all my assets. It has everybody else's name on it. What am I going to do? And I kept thinking, well, what else would have everyone else's name on it? Well, it would be the family fund. I don't think Cody gave a penny of the family fund back to Christine. So logically, he wasn't going to give any of it to Janelle, or, well, I wonder if that's the dividing of the asset thing right there. Oh, there's so much we can talk about here. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, where to begin? Where to begin? I'm not following my notes. This is the problem. There's so many different topics in my notes to cover, but like one thing leads to another, and it all comes back down to finances. And I have to say, truly, in the end, I think I have more questions about finances than I have answers, even though they talked a lot about it and they gave us information we didn't know before. I'm like, yeah, but I just feel like that. I just follow-up question. I had follow-up questions for everything. Apparently, Puddle Monkey didn't. I have a monkey down in my basement. I'm going to have it and I'm going to hang it. Is that rude? Can I not do that on YouTube maybe? Every time I get upset with the production company, Puddle Monkey, probably can't. I could hang it by its legs. Still alive. I could do something to it. I have to figure out something to do the Puddle Monkey. Okay. Little monkey stuffed animal I have down there. Okay. Focus, Jenny, focus. Their numbers are running all through my head. Okay, so she was able to buy the land. Now I understand Maddie and Caleb are very thrifty people. They believe in saving money. They don't live beyond their means. They believe in having a nest egg and, 6 months salary banked up somewhere for a case of emergency. Like, they're those people. So for their part, they were okay, but 165 acres, that's a lot of money. I mean, obviously they took a loan out on it, but did they have enough money to put the down payment all on their own or not? Or did Janelle have extra money? Now, Cody indicated on this episode that Janelle had money that she never shared and that she took the profits with her. And he said that the family contributed to that business that she's talking about. So I'm thinking this is Strive with Janelle, possibly. It could be Plexus. So all those stories we'd been hearing through Reddit, through YouTube, through TikTok and all that about how the family fund was TLC money and then the wives individually could earn their own money to do extra stuff and keep that themselves. That apparently is not true, because Janelle started, according to her own business that she made a lot of money in, a particular business where she made her most money. It's got to be Plexus, right? It can't be Strive with Janelle, because she's not really pushing Strive with Janelle anymore, but she's still pushing the Plexus. I bet it was Plexus. And he said she took that money with her. She took her own money with her. How dare she? She's horrible. Cody, you're right. How'd you ever live with her? Whenever he says something negative about Janelle, I just think, keep it coming, Cody, because you look a fool more and more and more every time you open your mouth and say anything negative about Janelle, because she's so sweet and quiet and humble all the time. Now, is she the perfect person? No, but for him to, the kind of accusations about her conniving and trying to backstab him, and it's so comical when he's living in the mansion up on the hill and she's in a trailer and fine with it because we're saving money for the land. And that was her attitude. Well, why do they live in a $1 million home? Well, they said they needed that and it was a family asset. I don't, I asked, do we really have to do this? Because that money could go in Coyote Pass. But she said that this is what Cody, I think, didn't she pass the buck on Cody? I'm pretty sure Robyn passed the buck on Cody. And that's where the whole argument came in, is that she agreed with Janelle. And she's like, well, yeah, we don't really need to buy this big house, but Cody really wants it. That's so Robyn. We're going to blame somebody else. Cody really wants it. And so then she told Cody that conversation, and Cody got upset with Janelle. Then Janelle got upset with Robyn for talking to Cody about a private conversation they had. But she's like, but I just told him I agreed with her. Probably not. You know how I think the conversation went? I think Robyn went back to Cody and said, listen, Janelle came to me and she approached me and she is saying, and Robyn knows intellectually, I mean, you only need a first grade level to understand that house is beyond their means when they have the debt of the land to pay off, and their intent is to pay it off ASAP so they can start building. They want to start building tomorrow. So it is priority number, okay, it should be priority number one. Maybe it was for a week or two. It was until they bought that house. You can't sink hundreds of thousands of dollars into a house when you need to pay this off. And God only knows what the mortgage payments were on that. So yeah, you don't have extra money to pay off the land. It's just, it's finances from somebody who's like, doesn't even know what a checkbook is, would look at it and be like, what's this strange thing? So I think the conversation went, Cody, Janelle came, and she's now concerned that we're spending all this money on this house. And I know the two of them both wanted that house. Absolutely. And he's like, what? She can't say what we want. Like, this is where we're all going to gather. I don't know how you explain Mary's house then, but anyway, this is like a family house. It's like that's what we'll say. It's an asset for the family, because when we sell this, it'll go back into the family fund. Yeah, that's what we'll say. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, but that's what we can say right now. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. But just so you know, like I had to like have her back because I couldn't argue with her about it. So I just went, oh yeah, I understand. So, you might have to talk to her a little bit about it because she's concerned. And I did have to say, oh, I understand where you're coming from, but Cody really wanted the house. He thought it was important. Okay. That's how it went. So then Cody goes to Janelle. He talks to Janelle. She thinks it's all going to be fine. She doesn't realize Janelle's going to come running back. What are you talking about? Which I don't think she did right away. I think she kept that in her back pocket for a long time. I know we're hearing about it this season, but I believe it's come up in conversations in the past between them. Okay. So that was my reenactment of what I believe happened in that situation. So somehow they were able to get a down payment of something for the land. In the end, they were able to pay it all off. Here's another crazy thing. Multiple times to multiple different people in multiple situations, Cody has admitted he did not have the money to buy out Janelle. Now, Janelle had 4 acres. He already owned 10. Well, like 8. And then Mary technically had 2. So 4 acres of land that would have been that he really needed to buy from her. He couldn't afford 4 acres of land. 4 acres of land. And yet he bought that other house. How did he buy that other house? How could you buy the other house? Because I feel like I recently heard that Coyote Pass just recently transferred ownership, but I thought it transferred. Like, I don't think it's sold. I don't think they sold it. You can tell Cody does not want to sell it. It's another thing for him. Cody likes to collect things. He likes to collect toys. He likes to have stuff. I think he's a pack rat as much as Robyn is. He just likes to collect big things. Trucks, cars, flatbeds, equipment. Apparently it was a litter junkyard of equipment there at Coyote Pass from defunct businesses that he had that didn't work out, according to Cody. Loved it. He admitted that too, right? Came right out and told us. Well, so like he's not busy with businesses. He's trying. He's trying another business, another brain scheme idea he had when he was up late at night because Ari's jumping on his bed. And he's like, what can I do to get out of this house? What if I have a peel bark off a tree business? Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. So he does all these businesses, and I put in my video too. McKelty was very clear in her Patreon that her dad doesn't really ever get a job as most people get jobs. He's always looking for the get rich quick scheme out there to fall into, which sadly he found in TLC. All right. So much to talk about. All right. Let me glance over at chat. Okay. Yeah, he finally figured out it was a reservoir full of poop. It's about time. It was really funny in that scene too, though, because he said to the realtor, I don't know why this pond is here. So we got this pond. I don't know why it's here. It's the drainage. It's the runoff. It's right. I like to call it the sewage bin, but yeah, that's why it's there. It's so that everyone doesn't flood down below. It collects the, do you notice the seasons when it gets full? Like after the rainy season, after the snow melts and it starts draining and then the rains come. Like spring, it's probably pretty full. Then by the end of summer, it's probably pretty dry, right? I don't know. I don't know how he doesn't know. That drove me nuts when he said that. Now, I don't know why his pond is here, but and then he went into his whole skinny dipping thing. Oi. Okay. I think his stories about Christine came out because Robyn was jealous of her. He told them to Robyn, but as soon as he was mad enough, he said it publicly. Which stories? I'm missing part of the chat. Nothing like jumping in on a conversation midway. Scarlett, you love seeing Janelle. Me too. We need more Janelle. It's like a palate cleanser. Okay. I used Crunchy GIF because it was on sale. So see how fun it is when you just randomly jump into a chat? Janelle was smart. She put money in the mattress. That's probably where it was, Mama Squirrel. Yeah. She had it hiding in the mattress. And now she's set up. Okay. Sam said that Cody gave her $250 to start up the business. How dare she leave and not give him all? Yeah, how dare she leave and not give him all the profits? That's all he gave her was $250? $250. That's nothing. Knit my bit. I am so with you. Like literally, it creeped me out in a visceral way. It really did. I think I haven't edited that part of the video, but I think when I was recording it, I think I even came out and said, it just reminds me of Satan himself. Like there was something so eerily, like that's, if I were to go to the gates of hell, what I would imagine he would look like. that creepy face and the writhing hands. And I just, ugh. And for him to do all of that as an imitation of Janelle, just, you, good Lord, you can't even. I mean, none of the wives, but like Janelle, out of all of them, really, come on. Please. Cody's math skills are worse than Forrest Gump's. I should have had a Forrest Gump reference. I have a reference to Cody's math skills for the first time, because it's usually Robyn's math skills that I comment on. But in the video that I'm working on, which one? Oh, I'm working on a video regarding Isabel and Truly. Yeah. The Crow. Caw-caw, caw-caw. It's a little bit of a shout out to Schitt's Creek, anybody who watched that series. Cody took her to court for their son's estate. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh, Cody. The whole court thing. Little excited about all of this, because I have this feeling, my understanding is he hired like somebody who advertised in the newspaper. Like, he didn't know anybody. There's another tangent I can go off on, but I won't. He didn't know anybody, so he just like hired whoever. And apparently the rating of this lawyer, not very high at all. And so I can see Cody absolutely insisting, like a really good lawyer is going to be like, Cody, shut up. You don't say a word. I don't want to hear your voice. I don't want to know what it sounds like once we're outside the office walls here, my office. Outside of this, even in the hall, if you have to go to the bathroom, I don't want to hear you. Like, zip it. Say nothing, because he is a leaky valve and he's just... But I don't think this lawyer is going to be able to do that. And I think Cody is going to also keep insisting that he get more, and that Christine, when it comes to like the custody, well, I don't know about custody, but child support, I think his ego is going to get in the way, and he's going to keep pushing back until it goes to trial. And then we all get the pleasure of seeing it, or at least having somebody there reporting back every day about what's going down. And I don't think there's a chance in hell that he's going to win. I'm here for it. I am here for it. I am here for it. Thank you, the Crow. Uh-oh. How come I'm stuck? My chat is stuck. Well, all right. In the meantime, let's see if we can... Oh. Is my stream stuck? Uh-oh. Everything is frozen. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me go to YouTube. What's going on? My whole computer's frozen. Okay. Plan B is, I don't know why my whole computer froze up. Like, I can move my cursor around, but when I click on anything, it like highlights, but nothing happens when I click it. Everything looks like the stream is, I see the names going across the bottom. I can highlight a name, but if I click on it, it doesn't change on my end anyway. So I was going to refresh the whole browser, but I don't think so. This is what I'm going to do. Talks amongst yourselves. I'm going to go grab my laptop from the other room and open the stream in that one. Try to figure out why I can't click on anything. Okay. Be right back. Just in case you can hear me, hi everybody. On my end, everything is frozen. Maybe it's been for 15 minutes for all I know. No, because I hit the crow's super chat. Let's see if I can get into StreamYard on my laptop and see what is going on. Okay. Enter Studio. Let me see if anything else is working. Nope. Nope. So weird. I can't close things out. It looks like it's a computer problem. Holy tamale. Okay. All right. Let's see here. I don't know. I don't know which one is showing. Wait, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's do this. Well, let me try this. Let me look at the chat. Looks like the chat's still going. That's good. All right. Can you see me now? Let me know. They're both open. Let me see. Okay. Okay. Is this the right camera? Can you hear me now is the question. Because I don't know if this sound. So with this camera and the laptop audio. Yes? All right. I don't know what happened. It's the craziest thing. I think it's a problem with my computer. Looks like we have another tax write-off this year. Get myself another computer. It's frozen, the whole thing, the whole computer. But it's weirdly frozen. Like everything's working on it. I can see myself. Things are scrolling. The mouse is moving on it. Things are highlighting when the mouse goes over it. But as soon as I click it, zero. Nothing gets activated. Isn't that bizarre? Has that ever happened to anybody? That's never happened to me before. That's why I'm sitting there going, I don't know what to do. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. I might be, oh, actually, I do have my notes on this computer too. Yeah, see? That is the only upside of Mac is that they do share. Okay. Moving right along. So we're talking money. Money, money, money. Money, 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 money. Money. Okay. Oh. What did you think of this line? So Cody is at the where was he at the time? Oh, he was on Coyote Pass, of course, talking to the realtor, sharing way more information than they talk about sharing more information than the guy cares about. He's now talking about who paid for which parcels of land. The realtor's like, I don't care at all. I just want to know if it's paid off, and if not, how much is paid off so that we know how we're going to work this all out. Can you even sell it before it gets paid off? I mean, you can a house. I don't know because of this being a private sale, all the details of it. But Cody says to the guy, I paid for one of the lots solely myself. Not by himself, solely myself. Just going to say the same word again with a different word, just be a walking thesaurus right now. Solely myself. Such a child. Okay. I paid for one of the lots solely myself. 1 minute later in the conversation, the guy says a line. He says a line. Boom. Like less than a minute later, he says, I paid for that entire lot myself. I don't know if he thought the guy, I don't think the guy gave the proper response that Cody was expecting in that moment. I think he wanted more accolades, more acknowledgement, more, you did? Well, you're going to get that money back for yourself, right? You're not going to let the women take it. Lordy. Unbelievable. But you know what? I find it really hard to believe that he paid for that himself. And in fact, my understanding was there was no, I paid for this lot, you pay for that lot. Like the names were written on it for the deed purposes. But the man who owned the property put the price all together in one payment. There wasn't, we're paying off this parcel, now we're paying off this parcel and this parcel. That didn't happen. Because the rule was, in the end, you have to pay it off by this date. If not, you forfeit the land and it goes back to the owner. So he lumped it all together in one payment. So for Cody to say, I paid for that piece over there, that's not a thing. It doesn't even apply in this situation. Liar, liar, liar. Carol Davis. He paid for it himself with his wife's money. There you go. Most patient realtor in the United States. Oh, la, la, la. And the fact that he's really upset with Janelle for starting a business and then taking that money with her. Well, how much has Robyn contributed? You know, he kept saying, but we're one family and we always do it together and everything's always together. So you should be giving part of that money to the family because we do everything together. Well, Robyn doesn't do anything together. All she does is take. All she's ever done is take. That's what Janelle needs to say the next time he pulls something like that. Well, if that's the case, what's Robyn doing? What do you mean she has young kids? Because I was going to college and working full time when my kids were her age. Mm-hmm. No. Oh, Colleen, I didn't know that. That's not true. Christine's parcel and Mary's parcels were bought outright from the beginning. Well, then how would they lose them if they didn't pay off the other parcels? You literally would have had to go out of your way to write that in to a different parcel's property agreement to say this one has to be paid off by this day. And if it's not, I'm taking that piece of property of yours over there. That seems bizarre. Maybe they like in their mind saw it as Mary's and Christine's was paid off. That, you know, like they kind of had it divided up thinking, well, this one is this amount of money, this is this amount of money, this is this amount of money, and this is how much money we're putting in. That would be equal to one of the 2 acres and the 5 acre. So if they paid it off at the beginning, that was a pretty hefty down payment because Christine was on the largest one, which was 5, and Mary's was Janelle and Cody on the 4. I'm confused now. Unless the names that TLC had on the properties when they first put them out like that was inaccurate, because they had Christine and Cody and Robyn on the 5 acre, and Mary was with Cody and Janelle on the 4 acre. And that would have meant that they only had the 2 acre and the 2 acre left to pay off. So somehow I don't know. Somehow the math isn't mathing. Surprise, it's the Brown family. Okay. Hi, Chubbs. Hi. Yes. Sam Chubbs is here. You hear him. Yes, everybody hears you. They could hear you from the other room. And this is just the laptop. Yeah. Come here. You want to say hi? Come on. Okay. All right. There's a couple RVs there on the lot. Oh, you got it on video? Excellent, Tanya. Excellent. Mary's was paid in full. She didn't need to pay anything else. And the names changed plots. Did he ever change the names? Because they kept saying for years they were going to change the names and re-subdivide and do all that stuff. But did they? Or did he even go to change the names? I'm curious about that. So, hi, Sarah. The creator without a crystal ball says Janelle lied to Mary about losing the property if it didn't get paid off. So Mary would pay more money. That's just not Janelle's character, though. I mean, sometimes you gotta look at the character of the people. Why would Janelle be pushing so hard for Mary to get more than 2 acres if she wanted her to pay more? It's just again, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. Janelle has always wanted what is fair for everyone. So I don't think so. I mean, she may have been misinformed herself. She may have really believed that from Cody. Maybe Janelle told Mary that 100% believing that, like maybe Cody said, we signed this really stupid agreement. So then Janelle just shared, we signed this really stupid agreement and we have to pay it all off or we lose it all. And none of that was ever true. Now, if none of that's ever true, then it makes sense that each individual parcel had its own payment and certain ones were paid off already at certain times and they just had to finish it. But they kept talking like it was like one big payment, which I could see Cody making it sound that way too, because he always liked the whole one big family thing. It's all together and then we all have to keep chipping in to pay off different amounts. Oh, there's so much more to this story. So much more. But I don't believe it all. I mean, whatever crystal ball girl could think that. I mean, does anyone else think that Janelle has it in her character to intentionally tell Mary an outright lie to get her more money out of her? Like, it's just not Janelle. I mean, not the past 15 years I've seen her on TV. Like, you know, sometimes you see a pattern in people's behaviors, i.e. Robyn, Cody, wouldn't put past them because we've seen so much lying on the show from them. But there's not a lot of lying that comes from Christine, Janelle, and Mary. There's a lot of ignorance. There's a lot of protecting, but there's not a lot of lying. So I find that hard to believe. I don't know. I don't know where she got that information from. That might just be her opinion. It's not mine, though. Let's see. Number 204 in the likes. Yay, Liz. When you go back, there's a segment. You're going to have to just fast forward. My apologies. My computer's being dumb. Hope it works tomorrow for my speech therapy. Jenny, do you actually think he did anything? In terms of like employment, Mary? No, I think he kept trying to find a hobby that he thinks is really fun that would pay money. That's what I think. I think that he was, yeah. I don't think that he ever, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I think Janelle's fair too. Yeah, Chubbs isn't buying it. Are you, Chubbs? You're not buying it, are you? Should I give you a couple pieces of food up here? Oh, I just made you leave. Yeah, okay. Eat on the floor. I was gonna feed ya like a mama bird feeds her baby. Okay. Kathy, Mary's lot was collateral. Okay. Okay. Then everything had to be paid off. If hers was collateral on the loan, then the loan has to be paid off or you lose your collateral, which is Mary's. So then it is a loan where you do have to pay it all off. That makes sense. I was wondering how you could get the one saying, we're going to take that away. But if they didn't have, he already sold the one to them, but then they wouldn't have had a down payment to put on the other ones. So they could have written and said, okay, we'll use that as collateral since you don't have a down payment because you just paid these off in full, and we'll go that way. Okay. Nicole says what the deeds say isn't what Cody says on the show. Well, that doesn't surprise me. Not Janelle's style. No, it's not Janelle's style. Yeah. Yeah, he is a sweet little baby. Okay. Going back, what are the other things that were like standing out to me that I was like, oh my gosh. Probably, I didn't even I don't look at myself when I do these streams, but do I have like a million glares going? Maybe I could turn my display down a little bit. I'm a little darker, but then at least there's not so much glare off my glasses. Is that better? Okay. It's a pretty white light. It's pretty stark. Okay. I think all right, you guys, my daughter sent me, I hate to get excited about anything. My daughter said, also, I sent her a dog short, YouTube short that was really cute. That says, my dog knows what I'm saying. And it's a whole bunch of clips of dogs responding to people. It's really adorable. So I sent it to my vet school daughter. She goes, this is awesome. Also, guess what? I don't want to jinx it by saying what I think it is, but it's getting near the end of January, and this is when she gets her results from her boards. When she sat for her 8-hour boards for vet school. We weren't planning on her passing. Most people don't pass the first time. She was planning on retaking it in March, but she said, guess what? All right. Okay. Okay. So Cody says, I paid for one of the lots solely myself. How do you even know? He doesn't. In Vegas, did he really have any extra income? Not enough to buy a piece of property because he was buying toys for himself all the time. I think that's just a straight up lie. I think it's a straight up lie. And there's no way he can prove it either. And there's no way anyone can not prove it, because if the family fund all went together, then you can never say that was mine if it's always the family fund goes together, right? He like plays both sides of the coin. The family fund all goes together and whoever needs it, Robyn, and we'll say nothing about it. But when it comes to the land, I just want to make it clear that my portion that I put into the family fund, that's what bought that piece of property over there. It's a dork. Okay. Robyn. It was so nice not having her for a while in this episode, wasn't it? It really bothers me she's getting 40 grand to, though, say like 4 lines in the show. It's just not right. Some things in life aren't right. Not right. She says, when I met the family, they were living in the triplex, and that was my dream to do that with them. Lies, lies, lies. My dream to do that with them. Janelle even offered to have you move into the triplex with her. No, I'll get my own place. Thank you. And then she goes on about the great culture that they developed with their family when they were in Vegas. But then when they got to Flagstaff, it just all fell apart. She said, I watched it happen and I was like, stop. And I just kept picturing her standing in the window of her house where everybody else is outside and gathering and having events. And her being like in a cage, like stuck inside her house because she prisoned herself inside her house for 2 years, along with the rest of her immediate family. She's like, I just don't understand. The culture just all fell apart. And I just went, stop. I'm sure Cody was too the whole time because he's got ants in his pants. And she made that man stay in that house. Oh, that's why he's so mad at Christine. He's so angry when she traveled. And he kept saying it was because she was putting the family at risk for COVID. She only traveled to see her children, by the way. Anyone who critiques a mother for going to see their children, it's not a good person. It's just not a good person. COVID or not, you go see your kids. So she was going to see her kids and taking all the precautions, as she said, in the meantime, as she was doing it. But, Cody didn't really care. COVID's not the kind of thing that would ever bother him whatsoever. And Cody hates government interference with anything. This is all Robyn. He was just jealous. He was jealous that Christine was traveling around the country and visiting people and having fun. And he was stuck with Robyn 24/7 in that dark, danky house. Had a lot of potential. Had good bones. But it was dark and it was cluttered and it was, And then Ari was there all the time. She never went to school. Can you imagine? That had to have been craziness inside that house. And Cody had to have been going bonkers. It's all jealousy. Jealousy. Okay, let me double check the chat. Okay, a lot of people start talking about, of course, I might just be way behind. Oh yeah, so many people chatting and talking here. 221 likes, that's nice. If you haven't hit the like button, hit the like button for me. Sunshine Robyn. Yeah, from day one. Robyn never got a job. She never got a job. Oh, that was my favorite edit in this episode. I know I wrote that in my notes too. I had to have because it was just amazing. The best edit ever. I may not have highlighted it. They were talking about their jobs and then they cut to her and what did she say? I started a business. Isn't that it? So Christine was talking about, this was back when they cut to the really cute segment of Christine and David, and Christine is just bubbly happy over the fact that she had that job. She has her own job. She had a job before anyway, but she was a business owner and that she was in charge of something, and it was, and that David was just supporting her and saying, yeah, just do it, just go for it. And that it happened so quickly. Remember, she said that she was in Flagstaff for what, 7 years? And Cody kept saying the whole time he was going to fix her backyard, and it looked like a desert the day she left. A desert, I say. Nothing was done in her backyard. Now, Robyn's backyard was beautiful. 3-inch thick, dark green grass, playground set, fence, landscape, just like in Vegas, same thing. Her backyard, beautiful. The excuse was, we're going to use it for the, not the commitment ceremony, not the oath, what's it called? Oh, the family motto, whatever it is. It's something that no family ever has. And when he made the whole thing up to come up with a reason to have a party so that Robyn could get her backyard done, because that came out of family funds too, of course. So Christine's talking about how great it is, and she's boss lady, right? They're cutting to her. She's trying to figure out permits and all the nuances of having the business and getting things done. And she was all excited about making the decisions and doing everything. They cut to Robyn. I had a business. Just killed me. Just killed me. It was so good. It was so good. It was the best edit. It was the best edit. Yay, puddle monkey. See, the monkey would go back upright right now if I had him with me. I'll go find him. Oh, here it is. I have Christine being all giddy, being her boss lady, handling phone calls, making lists of everything that needed to be done legally to make this a proper rental. Cut to Robyn. I started my own business. You didn't. You never started a business. You had a hobby that you called a business. And then you insisted other people help you because you had no clue what you were doing, because you had no business plan whatsoever, because clearly it was a horrible idea. So it was never thought out or thought through whatsoever. And then you just made the other women come with you, and you couched it in, I think this would be a great bonding experience if you all work for me, because she always said it was her business. But then she would say, no, but the other sister wives were a part of it too. But it's her business, but it's for the family. But it's like she just wanted to take credit. I'm telling you, Robyn, in her distorted mind, thought that those sales were going to go to 3,000 on day number 1. She really thought that much of herself. That's why I'm going to have that be a whole separate video, because I didn't want to go on and on and on about it all together in this one video. But yeah, we could discuss that separately. But Robyn, zero business mind, zero business plan, zero research ahead of time, zero everything. But she says, I had a business. You didn't have a business. No, you didn't. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna change the names on our little scroll here and get our exclusive SOSs on there. Banners. Edit. There you go. Actually, I just realized on that computer I had it all set up already, but this one I didn't. I'm also going to add big supporters to that scrolling list. So if you're a big supporter, or I have to edit it, it might disappear for a second. Okay, save. There we go. Okay, right back at it. Let me get the chat going here again. Okay. Mama Squirrel, I just don't understand. I don't understand what they do with their days. I can't comprehend it whatsoever. I can't comprehend it. Especially with as busy as I still have Christmas decorations up. I brought all the bins up from down in the basement, but all my Christmas decorations are still up. And I just it's midnight and I just go, maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. And then I found out my husband is off of work tomorrow, and I went, guess what you can do for me? Put all the Christmas decorations away. What does she do with her day? Like, I don't know. I have 3 jobs. That's what I'm busy with. What does she do? I don't know what she does. Oh, I'm sorry. My daughter passed. She passed. Oh. She just sent me a picture of the thing. Your test results pass. And then she sent me a cat with a big expression on her face of, oh, geez. Hey, sweetie, congratulations. Can you hear me? Okay, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I'm live streaming right now, so I'm gonna call you back later, okay? That might not have worked. She maybe heard me, but I couldn't hear her. Oh, that made my eyes water. Yay, we have a veterinarian in the family. Oh, she just wrote, I heard you. Let me see if this, oh no, it wouldn't post. I was trying to post the GIF that she sent me of the cat's face. I'm trying one more time. It's very funny. It's like a shocked cat. Normally I would hold it and show you, but I don't think it's going to work on here. I don't think, yeah, YouTube won't let us do it. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Yes, it does, Teresa. She's a veterinarian now. I mean, she has to finish up her clinicals. And she gets her hooded. You get hooded, which sounds horrible. I wonder if they're ever going to change the name of that. But she'll walk and get her doctorate hood in May. And then she's done. She doesn't have to worry about studying for the test anymore. She passed. So, yeah, she likes Dr. Pol. So was my dad. I used to watch Dr. Pol a lot too. I'll get her on it. See if there's any cure. I'll also ask her, what are the ramifications for running into a pond full of manure, cow manure? Yeah. Oh yeah, Verna, it's insane. It's insane. Her backup plan was to be a doctor if she didn't get into vet school, because vet school acceptance rates, her vet school had a 7% acceptance rate. It's like insane. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we have a doctor sister friend. Yeah, Danny. Yay. Oh, prairie dog plague too. Forgot about the prairie dog plague. Yep, got to learn about that. Got to learn about that. There's not a lot of, she had a couple questions that related to diseases from deer on her test. I remember her being so upset because there's certain percent. I'll say it's really quick. When you take the veterinary test, you know that it's divided up in certain ways. There's a certain amount of dog, cat, general small animal, exotics, large animal, zoo, like based on how many veterinarians need to be out there servicing all the different areas. And so these kind of obscure exotics, there aren't that many. And there's just a few animals. So she really studied a lot about ferrets because a lot of people are now getting ferrets. And although they're apparently not a great pet, but people have them anyway. So she studied a lot about that because she's like, well, it's most likely going to be ferrets. But she studied, and then at one of her classes, the professors are like, well, we're studying something about deer. If there's a question about deer on your test, it might be this. And it would be something around this area. And so we talked about whatever it was. And I'm like, deer? No one takes a deer to the vet. And she goes, well, people have deer farms. So, and because they have deer farms, I guess for Santa, well, those are the reindeer, but because there are deer farms, technically they could call a vet in those situations. So she had 3 questions on deer on this test. 3 questions. She's like, that's unbelievable. Not a fair question to be seen. So she's really upset about it. All right. She's going to do small animal, Nicole. She wants to do small animal. She's enjoying small animal. So she'll be really good at it too. She just got finished with an externship at a local vet down there that she really loved the office. She loved all the workers there. She loved all the doctors. And at the very end, her supervising doctor said to her, so what are your plans after this? And she's like, well, we're still trying to decide if we're going to move different places in Ohio, or if we're going to stay down here in Columbus area. And we're not really sure. And he's like, well, he goes, unfortunately, the company just hired somebody not that long ago, but they haven't started. And I don't know if it's going to work out. So keep us in mind because everybody here in the office loves you and we'd love to have you come. So she basically has a job, but you can get a job anywhere as a vet now. So but she was really excited about that particular clinic because of exactly what she would be doing and because of how great the vets were. She wants to go to a clinic that has vets that are very willing to still teach her. And that's hard to find these days because vets are in such high demand that a lot of places will say, oh, yeah, we're here to mentor you. There's always somebody there, but there rarely is. And then they're like, go, just do it. And when things go wrong, and you bring in another vet, she's like, I don't want to do that. I really want somebody who I can step out of any appointment, or if I'm drawing blood, or if I'm doing a surgery or something, that somebody's always going to be available if I need them. She's also a perfectionist. That's part of her personality. But I'm like, better safe than sorry. Okay. All right. Oops, that's the wrong thing. That was our list. All right, let me go back to my list. All right, so we were talking about Robyn, right? I am so sorry. I kept popping. I'm so excited for her, though. Okay. Do you guys think that Janelle's business is the Plexus business or her Strive with Janelle business? Because we never heard Cody say anything about Christine taking her money. And she started in Plexus before Janelle did. Now, I think it's the Plexus money just because they're earning cruises every year. So they're pretty high up in there. So they're making a decent amount of money from Plexus. And it didn't seem like Strive with Janelle was going anywhere. I don't even know if it exists anymore. But that would be something that she really started all on her own. Even in this episode, Cody didn't mention a word about Christine taking her money and going. Do you think Christine gave part of it back? I mean, if Cody gave out of the family fund $250 worth of seed money for each of them to start, I could see Christine giving that $250 back. I mean, Janelle should too. She should be like, oh, fine, here's your $250. She should give it to him all in pennies. That's what I would do. With a big wheelbarrow. Bring it up. Here you go. I'm sorry, this is what the bank gave me. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it's... Sarah. Janelle could have a great... Oh, cat hair. Janelle could have a great kind of business with Teflon somehow. Strive with Janelle and cooking in the kitchen and like her healthy living stuff and having some sort of pan that's Teflon coated, sponsoring. Yeah, there's something there for sure. Well, I don't know. I think she has to give it straight back to Robyn. Got to go to the source, I believe. Has anyone tried Plexus? That's a good question. Let's see. Hummingbird says that Janelle started with Plexus in 2021 and Strive in 2019. It's 2019? How come I never heard about it until recently? Well, the show doesn't let them really talk about anything, do they? Which I think is a huge missed opportunity. Why? You go on Bravo and you get bombarded with it. I mean, well, in that case, I appreciate TLC. Because I just stopped watching all the Housewives series. All they are commercials for whatever theirs or their kids or their husbands' businesses are. Over it. I'm tired of just a 1 hour long commercial of this one's business, this one's business, this one's business, this one's business. This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm starting. Done. Next. So I haven't watched any of the Housewives stuff in probably 2 years. It was slow progress. They started dropping off one at a time, and then finally I just 2019. Well, good for her. Maybe that was it. If it was 2019, she may have taken some seed money from Cody, and she probably would have been giving money back into the family at that point, though. I find it hard to believe she would have kept it unless we go back to the idea that TLC money was all going together in one family plot, and then their individual money they got to keep. But if that's the case, then why would Cody ask to give some of the individual money back to him? Like, I keep going around and around the same old Leary bush. Too many questions. Oh, thank you, Scarlett. I'm very excited. Okay. Didn't care about. Becky says his main hard-on at this time was with Janelle over the property. He didn't care about Christine anymore until the child support finally. Oh, well, that's a good point. That's a good point. He may have just been over her and just thought, I don't care, but I'm still hurt. I'm butthurt over Janelle, and I'm not going to get over it quite so easily. It could be. That could be. Okay. Cooking with the Teflon Queen. There you go. She got a show in the works. Christine would like to do it, though. Christine would be jealous, I think, if she actually got a show called Cooking with the Teflon Queen. Oh, that's right, Kathy. I did hear that. Well, I'm out. I don't know. Maybe it was good for, you're right. After the whole Bethany situation, and they saw how much money Bethany Frankel made, they said, oh, we're going to start writing this into the contract. They should have just said, we're not doing businesses on here anymore. That's it. Or you get one segment of one show where we mention it. We are not dedicating a series or even an episode to your personal business. And it can't be your spouse's business or your kid's business or wherever. Your own personal business, if it's what you're doing every day anyway, because the show's supposed to be showing what you do in everyday life. For that part, it makes sense to me. But it was just a constant commercial of stuff. But you're right. I remember Bravo's very supportive, and they keep just showing all that stuff because they want to sell it too, because they're getting 50%. Okay. All right. Well, in that regard, let me say TLC, good on you. All right. Oh, I'm frustrated because I don't understand the financials of anything, but that's better. I'd rather have that than everyone peddling stuff constantly throughout an entire episode, one after another, after another, after another. Okay. Oh, that's a good question. It was going to be, was Strive the plus size clothing part? I don't know if that was Strive's particularly or not. That is a very good question. I'm not certain. Does anyone know if when she started working on that plus line, did the plus line ever come out? I know she did the aprons, but did she ever get to the Strive? Maybe because she had an apron that said Strive with Janelle on it, but no, the aprons were going to say Sister Wives on them, right? Did they even ever do the aprons that said Sister Wives? Or did it never come to fruition? And then Janelle, having the aprons already ordered, changed them, made them all Strive with Janelle. That's a good storyline. Inquiring minds want to know now. I don't know. Okay. JL Carpenter has been a member for 1 month. Oh, there's the crow again. I shouldn't have hit the crow, because the last time I did it over there, I froze. I think you sent the crows at me. That doesn't sound like a crow. All right, let me go back. 247. Yay. Hello, everybody. Okay. I always get weird looks when I wear my What Does a Nanny Do shirt. That's funny. Robyn did shirts and they were leaves. I never, I was never interested in buying anything, I guess. So I never looked into it. And I didn't have a channel. So I never cared. I never bothered even looking to see what was in there. I mean, I saw what they showed online. I'm not online. I saw what they showed on the show for what they made for everyone. And I'm like, well, why would I want that? Why do I want something that says SW for sister wife? I don't understand. Robyn's so delusional. Oh, goodness. I mean, for the price point, too. It's one thing if you were going to buy an apron or a t-shirt but a $150 necklace. No, I don't have that kind of expendable money to just blow on a joke that if I wear around, people are going to be like, why are you wearing something from Claire's Jewelry? Okay. Janelle is going to make shirts with ramen noodles dumb sayings. Yep, she is. She's got them out there. Oh, I have a feeling that Maddie is really running that whole t-shirt thing right now. I think she's running with it because I think there's a part of Maddie that's enjoying a little bit of stick it to my dad. And I think that's partly also why she kind of stepped back from the podcast that she was doing, partly. We'll never know. Well, I shouldn't say we'll never know, but we don't know the whole story of everything. But she did say she was really busy with that. And she's pregnant with her 4th child. And, they are trying to get, now that they have the land all set, permits and everything that they need for the whole flower situation there. And I think that she is largely handling the t-shirt stuff. All right. Dollar Tree jewelry. There you go. Maddie's making us proud. Yep. On Religion and Reality. Is that a YouTube channel? She showed footage of Cody giving a purity speech, and Maddie shouted, well, Robyn, tell us about all the guys she's been with. I don't remember that footage. I don't remember Cody ever giving a purity speech either. I have to look up Religion and Reality. Has my computer unfroze? No. I would just pull the plug and restart it, but I'm afraid since I started the stream there that if I do that somehow maybe because it started there, it'll just shut the whole stream down. So I'll just let it be. Here, I can write myself a note here. Religion and Reality it was. This is going to be loud. I'm sorry because it's on my laptop, so the keyboard's connected. Got it. Okay. I'll look at it later. Yes, the Teflon Queen t-shirts are out. There's a few other ones too. Anya, is that true? Her due date is the date that Garrison passed. Aww. What a bittersweet circle of life, huh? Did you see that Mary and Jen and the salty purchase sweatshirts that said something in reference to Cody's bish comment? Oh. That line too. All right, let's talk about that for just a second. I know we're going late. I'm sorry. I had to make y'all wait in the middle of the stream while I had to switch computers. So I'm going to keep you a couple minutes. I apologize, but let me talk about that for a second because I wrote down exactly. I didn't analyze it really well when I was doing my recording because when I was taking my notes for this, I thought, oh gosh, that's what he said. So I wrote it verbatim. Okay, let me find it. All I hear is, give me money, give me money. I'm going to call a lawyer. Such an idiot. Okay. I hope this is what Cody says. I hope she finds happiness. Okay. She needs to ditch all those mean girlfriends and find a guy if she really wants to find love. So let's just take that little section. That's what I didn't really catch when he first said. He's basically saying if she wants any kind of love in her life, if she wants to find love, she is going to have to find a guy in order to do that. And I'm not even just saying in terms of gender preference. I just mean in general. She doesn't need a guy to have love in her life. Those girlfriends are giving her way more love than she has received from anybody. I hope she finds happiness. She needs to ditch all those mean girlfriends and find a guy if she really wants to find love. And then he goes on and says, if she really wants to find a man, she's going to have to ditch those bitches. Because he's not going to put up with that. He's not going to put up with women who speak their mind and are logical and give great advice. No honorable man is going to stand for that. Stand down, woman. Kidding? Cody, living in the dark ages. Boy, sometimes he just tips his hat, doesn't he? You see a little glimpse into the surface of what that man thinks on a daily basis. He's horrible. It's very interesting, too. There were a couple times in this episode where he actually kind of admitted to not doing wrong, but things he hadn't done. Normally he takes no responsibility for anything. Of course, it did follow the pattern that he does. When he does admit that he may have forgotten something or he may have said something he should have or whatnot, there's always a but that comes after. There's always a however. They also didn't do it. He did it a one time in this episode too. He was complaining about the wives. And then he said, well, I did it too. But then he went right back and said what he said about the wives again. He had a sandwich. He can't end it with, I did something wrong or I need to apologize. He can't. I don't know what'll happen. Maybe his hair will go straight or something. Drives him crazy. He always has to throw something in at the end to redirect the attention and show how much worse somebody else is than he is, or how somebody around him has forced him to behave in this way. He didn't want to. I mean, she made me do it. He lives a life of the devil made me do it. But it's all the wives made me do it. They drive me crazy. These bitches. That's Cody's MO. It was out on Coyote Pass too. I can't remember what it was he said exactly, but when I was taking these notes, I didn't make a special note on it. I should have to say what it was, but I just remember going, oh, and then at the end he went, and then right away he came back and said that. I'm like, of course. Of course he went back and said how they're wrong too. They're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong. Well, I'm wrong sometimes too, but they're wrong. Such a child. Okay. He's not going to put up with that. Yeah, just like David is not going to. Well, it is true that David probably wouldn't take a wife who left a good man. But he wholeheartedly accepted Christine. Do you remember when Cody thought he and David were actually going to be pals and they were going to be yucking it up over cigars and a beer over how crazy Christine is and how difficult it is to get along with her? Remember that? Yeah, there's a little bit of an exaggeration in there, but that was the general gist of what he was saying. He really thought he and David were going to like become friends and someday just laugh and joke and share stories about Christine. It's never going to happen. Never going to happen. Okay. Robyn was the head of it. The business of hers. It was her business. Of course she was the head of it. She just made everybody do work for her at my sister wives' closet. He's so conflicted when he talks about it because he knows it was stupid. He knows my sister wife's closet was stupid. Right from the get-go, right from jump. He didn't want any part of it. He wanted it to end. And then she got mad at him because that's how he was acting. Oh, shoot, the cat must have pulled out my... I'm glad we didn't, disconnect now. That's why it took me so long. I went and grabbed my laptop, and then I looked at the battery, and I'm like, oh, from editing, my battery was almost dead. I go pull the charger out. All right. Okay, let's end it on this, and let's talk about Mary for a second here at the very end and the whole patriarchal thing. First of all, loving the new Mary. Let me just start off by saying loving the new Mary. I still think she's a little delusional. I really wish she wouldn't say things like, I am my own person. And of course, I make up my own mind and do it. There was some line in there. I didn't comment on it in my video. And I actually didn't write it down here either because I just thought, I'm just going to let this go. Because no, Mary, no, but you might get there. I mean, there's a lot of promise that we're seeing right now, for sure. And she's made huge progress, but don't make sweeping things like that. We just found out on the last episode that he told you, we're never going to get back together until you do this list of things. And that was back in season 2 of the show. You kept sticking around. I understand why you were sticking around, but you can't say that you didn't stick around. You have to pick one, or that you just own it. I just want her to own it and say, I didn't know any better. This is how I was raised. This is what I knew, and this is what I believed. And I didn't know what it was like to get out. I was scared to get out. I didn't know what that looked like. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know if that jeopardized my eternity. I didn't, that's what I want from her. Just want vulnerability and honesty to come out of Mary a little bit more. We're getting closer. She did admit that all she admitted was that Janelle might be a little upset with her because she didn't share much when she was with her. She didn't say to Jen whether when she was meeting with Janelle, whether she believed Janelle or not. She just said, I took in all the information and I didn't share much. I feel like when she went and met with Cody and Robyn, she wasn't trying to throw Janelle under the bus by bringing up Janelle's name. I feel like it was like a dipping your toe in the water, like testing the waters to see how he would react. And his reaction would be telling as to whether he was holding anything from her. And I think she got her response that she was looking for when he got all flustered and he didn't know what to say. And he kept looking over at Robyn. And when I was thinking, Wow, Janelle, why are you talking to Janelle? And, he was losing it. And I think she's like, I think Janelle might be onto something here. I feel like that's how it went, but I'm not certain. So, and she still didn't, and Puddlemonkey didn't pry and ask questions to really understand what were you really thinking in that moment. Okay, you didn't share anything, but what were you thinking? That's what I want to know. She didn't tell us exactly where she was standing on the issue at that moment. And I really wish she would have. But when Jen said that you were raised in a very patriarchal structure, Mary said, well, to be fair, Cody really wasn't very patriarchal, which really was a dig to him because I think he's trying to be, but he in order to be you could be a horrible leader, but in order to be a patriarch, you have to be a leader. Not necessarily a good one by any means, but you are a leader. Cody just can't lead, period. He can't organize, he can't plan, he can't prepare, he can't problem solve or troubleshoot. Like all the skills you need as a leader, he doesn't possess any of them. He thinks he's better than he is. He's delusional. Like everything you shouldn't possess, he does possess. So he's not a leader in any sense of the word, which is why patriarchy didn't really exist in their family. He was just mean and pushy when it came to money because he was greedy. So he was in charge of the money because Cody's very greedy because his biggest fear in life is being poor. And look at where his greed has gotten him. It would have been better if they would have titled this show appropriately. Evil is the love of money. What did they title it? Look at that again. I didn't put it on my sheet, but I know they didn't have the love of money. And I think they just called it money. Money is the root of all evil or something like that. Did they just say that? Yeah. Money is the root of all evil. But the actual scripture is more appropriate. One is the actual scripture. Two, it applies better to Cody. And it's not that money is the problem. It's the love of money. It's the greed of money. Having a lot of money, fine, no problem. Be a blessing to other people with it. He can't do that. He's a greedy man. There's where his problem is. Okay. All right. What else have I? So yes. Money is the root of all evil. Yeah. So it's the love of money is what the actual scripture is. Because I know most of these titles come from scripture, not all of them, but most of the titles in this season, they were pulling out of scripture or fragments of scripture like this one. So Mary says, and I'll wind it up here. I thought this was interesting. So Jen says, well, you were raised in this patriarchy. And she's like, and Mary's like, well, actually, he wasn't very patriarchal. And Jen's like, yeah. And then Mary says, and to be fair, he really wasn't. And I wanted a man who would take care of things and take care of me. And I felt like Mary was kind of, I don't really think I talked about this I don't remember. I think I recorded like 3 hours of stuff. So I don't know how much I'm going to be cutting out, but I don't think I talked about this. I feel like she was apologizing in that moment. And I don't think what she wants is patriarchy at all. She wants love, comfort, protection, and safety. That's what she wants. That's not patriarchy. She doesn't need a patriarchal relationship to get that. And so I think she needs time to also work through and realize that things that she really wants from a man is okay to want those things from a man. A lot of women want those things from a man. It's all right. It doesn't have to be one or the other, that like I'm under a patriarchal situation or, I'm this independent free soul. I do believe that it wasn't wrong for her to think that way. And so it bothered me a little bit that it came across like she was almost apologetic about it. Like, oh, to be fair, It's not Cody's fault that he treated me the way it was, because all she said she wanted was a man who will take care of things. Cody never does. She even said all the way back in Vegas, he won't even come over, fix the sprinklers. The sprinklers broken. Like he doesn't take care of anything. He just does what he wants whenever he wants. And he admits he gets overwhelmed by things. So he just puts it off and pretends like it doesn't exist and lets time pass and then sees if he can handle it another day or another time. And Christine said that's what she loves so much about David. He takes care of things. If something's wrong, he goes and he fixes it. If he says, oh, I think we should, now we have this backyard and it's not landscaped at all, we need to take care of it. Within 2 days, he had a whole drawn out landscape plot. Like, this is what I think we're going to do. And let's go get people now to implement it. Christine's like, what? It took 7 years. Our backyard still looks the same. But the house that I left in Flagstaff, how is that possible that this could happen in just a couple days? Like, just somebody who's going to follow through and take care of things. It's just a comfort. And I think that's what they want. They just want to feel comfortable. They had to be the man the whole time, which is hard to be. And a lot of women have to be, because so many single moms out there that have to be the man and they have to be the mom, they have to play both roles in the situation, raising the house. And sometimes it's nice to just be able to say, I just don't want to worry about this right now. Can you handle it for me? I don't think that she needs to apologize for that. And even when she said, and somebody to take care of me, I don't have a problem with that either. I really don't. I think that's another way of saying she wants to be loved. She didn't want to be a kept woman. I don't think that's what she's saying. I don't. I think this is her way of saying, I want to be loved. She's never been loved properly. I mean, debatable whether Cody even has that capacity in him. I think he can pretend to love. I think he can do the kind of things for people. He can do things because he likes things himself, so he understands that language. I buy you necklace, you then smile, I get sex. I think he understands the basic exchange. And to him, that is love. But I don't think he really gets it or understands it. Yeah, Nicole, she wants to feel appreciated. Yeah. She doesn't want to feel put down for having drive, ambition, for being successful in what she does. So that was the other part she said. She wants somebody who's going to support her, which is what Christine mentioned too. She goes, I'm doing this all on my own, and David's just there as my support. Even Peyton said, David's just there as her safety net, and he's there to say, go do your thing. And, I'm here to catch you and that's just such a comfort. And I want that for Mary. I do. I want that for Janelle too. I really do. I know Janelle probably thinks she's fine, and she is fine. They would all be fine without a man. But when you see how happy Christine is, I just really want that for the other two too. And you know what? Most of all, I think Janelle finding a good man will bother Cody the most. I don't know why I think that, but I think that. Yeah. I'm not quite sure what about him, what about her, but I just feel like he holds a little candle. I think there was something different there because, I don't know. It's almost like she took care of him. It's like she was like his wife/mama. Intellectually, she could solve his problems. She could handle books. She could do all the stuff he doesn't know how to do. Like he admitted in this episode when he said, I don't, they keep telling me they want me to get stuff done and all that. And I don't know what to do. Even Robyn doesn't know what to do. And I'm like, oh, interesting that we're actually coming out and admitting it. And then he goes on and says, well, I'm busy. Doing what? Okay. Very good. Very good. I think that's all I had with notes here. Let me see if I have a quick quote. I have a couple of videos that I've been working on, so I'll get those out soon. Maybe-ish. If not, I have another retreat coming up in February. So I'll have some in the bank so I can put them out in the week that I'm busy with the retreat. Because I have a feeling Sister Wives is still going to be going. I literally planned this retreat a year ago, and I did it for the last weekend in February. I usually do it the first weekend of February. I did it for the very last weekend in February, just in case Sister Wives ran long. Just in case it ran long. I expected it to end. All of the talkbacks, lookbacks, 2 episodes of Christine's wedding, that was all done by mid-January. I think actually everything was done in December, and January only had Christine's 2 wedding episodes. So I thought certainly by the end of February. I have a feeling we're still going to be going at the end of February. All right. This is from, I will click it so I know I used it, Margaret Chase Smith. And again, these are just quotes that at some point I saw and they struck me, and I just cut and pasted them into my notes app under a title that says quotes. And this one is, the right way is not always popular. The right way is not always the popular and the easy way. Standing for right when it is unpopular is a true test of moral character. There you go. That's something Cody doesn't know. That is Margaret Chase Smith, who I don't know who that is, but I always like to share something that inspired me at one point in my life. But it is true. It is true. The right way, more character. A good deal. All right. That's it. Thank you all for sticking around to the very end, too. I really appreciate you, and I apologize for the technical problems that I had. I don't think I can blame it on StreamYard or YouTube this time. I think it was my own computer, so I'm going to have to look into that. So my apologies. But I am very excited to be here with you all. Maybe I'll even do a little... I don't think I even have an outro video. I just have countdown videos. All right, forget it. We'll just sign off and go. Oh, let me sign off. Nice. Good. Oh, it's gonna be loud. I'm sorry. Forgot about the laptop. Good night, sister friends. Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining.